Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, how are you? We have been given and gifted with lots of talents, capabilities, and resources by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But most of us, maybe me too, are unable to take the maximum advantage out of our capabilities and resources. There could be several important reasons behind it. One major reason is we are lacking the self confidence. We are not confident enough. Quite often we are seen saying that I can't do that, I can't do that, that is beyond my capability. I'm not capable enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not resourceful enough. I think this is not right at all because this actually means the lacking of self confidence. And the self confidence that I can do that, I can achieve it. I think self confidence is very, very important. Even if at all we have lots of resources and capabilities and talents, but lacking the self confidence, it will never allow us to reach our destination at all. So today we have made it a topic of our discussion about how to become a more self confident. Let's look upon all that. So my dear friends and fellows, there are certain things to be taken care of. First of all, we need to practice the self discovery. We need to discover ourselves. How can we discover ourselves? By the way, we need to do the SWOT analysis, and the SWOT analysis says it is a kind of abbreviation comprising four letters. The first letter S says what are your strengths, what are your strengths, and the second letter W says that what are your weaknesses. The third letter O says that what are the opportunities, what kind of opportunities you might encounter because of your strengths. And the last letter is T, mean what kind of threats you might encounter because of your weaknesses. We need to identify what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. That is self discovery. We can also call it self analysis. So it is the first most important thing to do. And how can we do that? There are only three things which will let us make a very good assessment, a very good discovery, a very good analysis about we ourselves. First of all, we need to identify what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. And the second is set realistic goals and expectation. The goals and the expectation we are we are going, that it must be realistic one. Many of the people, they are seen setting the unrealistic goal because what what uh, what they wanted to achieve in 1 year, many a time they are unable to achieve even after 7 8 years. So why? Because one important reason is that their goals were unrealistic one. We need to set the realistic goal. We need to set the smart goal. What is this smart goal? It is an abbreviation again. So smart begins with the S. It means that our goal must be specific one. And then the second letter out of smart, it is says M, and M stands for measurable. Our goal should be measurable one. Mean I want to gain 500,000, but I've succeeded in achieving 150,000. That was a measurable one. The third letter in the smart is A. A stands for attainable, that it is a realistic one. I can achieve it. This is quite feasible to get it done in this amount of time with this amount of resources available. Now the next letter is R. R mean that your goal must be relevant. This relevancy mean that you should set a goal which would be able to bring a very good improvement in your life as well as the life of your loved one, or for the betterment of the general public. So the last letter in the smart is the T. and the T stands for time bound. So our goal should be specific on the one hand, measurable on the other hand, attainable then, relevant then, and lastly, it should be time bound. That I want to achieve it by the end of 2024, whatever time period you have set. So, our goal must be, realistic on the one hand, our expectations should be realistic one. And the third item, the third point says practice self reflection and journaling. Self reflection mean after doing something else, look upon it, look back upon it, whether there was a need to do that or there was no need to do it at all, or did you do it rightly or did you do it wrongly. So that is self reflection. We can do it, at the end of the day, and we need to do it even, several times afterwards as well, whether that step of mine was the right one or the wrong one. So, my dear friends and fellows, so that is, and then it is the journaling. What is the journaling? Write down, jot down your thoughts and your feeling, not because you have to retain it for a longer period of time, not because you need to show it to anybody else, rather just jot it down and destroy it at the same time. So that is self reflection and journaling. So these were the 3 points for self discovery. The next segment says building blocks. Building blocks. The building blocks to have three important points. Now the first one is, positive self talk. Encourage yourself with the affirmation. Positive self talk, not the negative self talk at all. Counter the negative thoughts because these negative thoughts are quite injurious. These are hurting us more than that more than that of any other obstacle. I think that negative self-talk must be countered first and foremost. Otherwise we will not be able to become a self-confident person at all. So how can we need to replace, we need to throw it away, and we need to take the affirmation. What are these affirmations? The affirmations mean, choose the positive words, the encouraging sentences and quotes which inspire you, which encourages you, which motivates you, which trains you. Memorize it. Keep finding, keep memorizing, keep repeating it very often, very frequently, and involving the emotion with enough emotional force, with enthusiasm. In this way, those affirmations will enter right into our subconscious mind and will make us a stronger and more confident person. Now, it is the, encourage yourself with the affirmation and positive self talk. Now the second thing, it is the self care. Prioritize physical, mental and emotional well being. Prioritizing, physical, mental and emotional well being. So that is very important, because if at all, what is the most important asset for me? It is me myself. And for you, you yourself. I think we cannot outsource it at all, and we cannot afford to neglect it at all. Those people who don't do the self care, they people, destroy themselves. We don't have to destroy ourselves at all. So the second point in the building blocks, that is prioritize physical, mental and emotional well-being. Now the third point, it is the boundary setting. What is this boundary setting? Learn to say no and assert yourself. Learn to say no and assert to yourself. Every invitation, every request cannot be entertained at all. So some of the people, they are manipulators, some of the people are exploiters, and some of the people, they are cheaters, and some of the people, they are seen bullying. I think we need to counter it. We need to learn to say no and be a self-assertive person. Be an assertive person. Assert mean insist, insist and insist. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your rights. So that is the second segment, which says building blocks. Now let's go to the third segment. The third segment says skill development. we need to develop our skills. Again, there are 3 points here. The first point says learn new skills and hobbies. Learning of new skills and new hobbies. So that is very good because it will make us live more enjoyably, and it will make us more confident person. The second point out of the in the skill development, that says take calculated risk and step out of the comfort zone. Taking the calculated risk, some of the people they are seen, taking the blind and the wild kind of risk. That is nothing anyway less than a gambling. We don't have to gamble at all. Another, some of the people they don't take risk at all. That is another extreme, and we need to adopt the via media. What is that? Take the calculated risk. Calculate it well, whether to what extent there are chances of success for you here, and in case of a failure, what kind of losses you might incur. So if at all the losses are too big, abandon it. Don't take the risk at all. So taking the calculated risk, that is very important. Also, step outside the comfort zone. We are seen happy and comfortable and cozy in our comfort zone, but let me tell you that the comfort zone destroys us. It does not develop a real talent and capability, our real self confidence. That is, step outside the comfort zone. And that was the third segment. Now let's go toward the fourth segment, and it says social interaction. Now, what kind of social interaction is needed here? There are again 3 points, guiding us what kind of social interaction is needed. First of all, surround yourself with a positive influence, not to go toward the negative people, the toxic people, those who are unsportive. Do not go toward them, who are negative towards you, who are toxic toward you. Stay away from those people. Do not get closer to those people at all. Now it is the surround yourself with the positive influences, with the positive people. Now the second thing is, it is develop assertive communication skill. Developing the communication skills, developing assertive communication skill mean there are certain points where I need to take stand, where I need to stand up for myself, my belief, my views. So for that, people, be an assertive person. That is, that is develop assertive communication. And assert, insist upon certain things which in your view are essential. And now the third point, as for the social interaction is concerned, that is build meaningful relationship. Building a meaningful relationship. What are these meaningful relationships, by the way? This actually mean that those people who are sincere with you, those people who want to see you a successful person, instead of those who are getting jealous of you, instead of those who are toxic toward you, instead of those who are you are backbiting in your absence. Those, so I think that we need to we need to get rid of those types of people. Now the fourth segment says it is mindset shift. We need to develop a a specific type of mindset, and this mindset says reframe negative thoughts and self-doubt. Reframing of negative thoughts and self-doubt. We need to counter the negative thoughts, because these negative self-talk, I think they prove as our worst enemy. Why? Because we are with ourselves 24/7, and if at all these things are going inside our mind 24/7 or very frequently, this means that we are our own worst enemy. We don't have to become our own enemy. How can we become a good friend of ours? How can we become our own best friend? So I think we need to insist upon the positive self-talk, counter the negative self-talk, throw it away, and replace it with a positive self-talk, with the self-compassion, with the kind-heartedness. So that is, my dear friends and fellows, it is reframe negative thoughts and self doubt as well. Rest assured, say yourself to yourself repeatedly, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. I'm a very confident man, I'm a very confident person because I work hard, because I work hard in the right manner. So I'm a very confident person indeed. So that is, reframe negative thoughts and self doubt. Now, the second point is focus on progress, not perfection. Never try to be a perfect person. Rather, focus on one point. That one point is I want to go one step forward. I need to improve myself. I need to become even a better person slightly. So, step by step, always looking for improvement. Always looking for improvement. Never get satisfied that you have improved yourself enough. Always keep working for the purpose of improvement. And now, the third and the last point, as for the mindset shifts is concerned, it says embrace failures as learning opportunities. Failures are not bad at all. For the winners, for those people who are determined to succeed. So, failures and the setbacks and even the stumbling, I think it teaches us a lot. And whatever our failure teaches us, no one else can teach us. So, failures are not bad at all, provided we are ready to learn from it. So, it is embrace failure as a learning opportunity, as a learning experiences. Now, there are certain actionable tips. Again, these are only three actionable tips. Number one says take small steps towards goal. Always keep taking small steps towards your goal. And now the second actionable tip is celebrate your achievements, celebrate your progress, your improvement. The third say not to ignore it, appreciate yourself and celebrate your progress, not the perfection at all, not the reaching of your destination, not the achieving of your goal, rather the progress. Celebrate the progress, appreciate yourself. Now, the third and the last point is practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude, be grateful. What is gratefulness? Let's look upon being ungrateful. Those people who are always seen, quite often seen complaining, and quite often seen criticizing. So, that is being ungrateful. Bring that criticism and bring that complaining, bring that whining to the minimum level, and let's switch over to the gratitude. Look upon, focus upon what you are having and not to focus upon what you are lacking. So, if at all we stay focused upon what we are having, what we are possessing, so we will become grateful. Do not ignore, not even the smaller thing, not even the smaller thing. Don't take that for granted. Always be grateful. Always be grateful, even for the smaller thing. Because as for the major things are concerned, it does not happen very frequently. It does happen rarely. Now, there are certain key reminders which are only three. Number one, self confidence is a journey and not a destination. Mean that no one can say, I have achieved it and it is sufficient for me forever. No, we need to keep working upon it. And the second is focus on the progress, not perfection at all. And the third is believe in yourself. Believing in yourself, believing in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given and gifted to us, because that is something precious and it can make us quite a successful person. Believe in yourself, and I think that was a very useful, very beneficial talk today. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.